I am back for another update. It is, I guess, about a week and a half since I went full carnivore. We went to Comic-Con last weekend and I packed burgers, meat sticks, sardines, trying to think what else, carnivore bars, some carnivore crisps, all of that kind of stuff to eat, and that was it for myself. So it worked out really well. And I got on the scale this morning and I'm down about 4.5 pounds from where I was prior to that. I don't even remember the last time I weighed myself. Still not back down to where I was kind of immediately postpartum, but that's okay. We're working on it. Been to the gym a couple times. I'm still struggling with making that a habit, but I've learned some really good techniques at the gym. I am sore AF. My trainer is awesome and she's teaching me, the important things, which are form and making sure that I'm using a weight that doesn't push my injuries too much. I have carpal tunnel. I have tennis elbow from repeated work injuries from years and years of doing the same job over and over again. So she's very careful about that, which is fantastic. What else? I'm sitting in the car right now, so sorry if you guys can hear the air conditioning, but it's 95 degrees outside and 80% humidity, which for Southern California is a lot. But I'm waiting for my husband because we're going to some sort of outdoor festival that is down in the LA riverbed. So for those of you in the Southern California, San Gabriel Valley area, that's where I'm at. So it's a lot of fun. Except that it's really hot. really hot. Other updates. Trying to cut back on the coffee. I will not eliminate it. But I was drinking something like 24 or 26 ounces a day. That's a lot, and it was cutting into my water intake because I was sipping on it throughout the morning instead of water. So cutting down on that and trying to get it, like if I want coffee, make it done at a certain time during the day. Don't keep pushing it like into the afternoon and stuff. So that's going well. I've never had an addiction problem as far as coffee. I'm a sugar addict, I'm a carb addict, 110%, but coffee has always been one of those things where it's more about the habit. It's not like I'm going to get a caffeine headache without it. So that's a good thing. The other thing I wanted to mention, thank you carnivore, I can put my wedding ring back on. I took a picture of this. You're not really going to be able to see it in the camera, but live long and prosper. Anyway, in between my ring finger and my middle finger is clear now. It's like white, which is still a little bit discolored, but it used to be really red, irritated, bumpy eczema, and that is gone. Now I still have some on the other hand. I don't think I'm going to be able to show this. There's no easy way to do this. Let's see. You can still see it a little bit there. Maybe a little bumpy. So on that hand, it's not great, but getting a lot better. But I haven't been able to wear my wedding ring since earlier this year because eczema decided to show up in my fingers. It wasn't bad enough to have it on my chest and my arms and my wrist. No, it had to be on my ring finger. So that was fun, not being able to wear a ring forever. And last week I had a little bit of a flare because I gave my newborn a bath and I put some essential oils in there. I think it's the lavender. I think lavender my skin is sensitive to because I use those essential oils along with the gentle baby soap, and my skin just immediately itched real bad. So that was not fun, but I did all the things. I used my homemade lotions and did all that kind of stuff, and now it's clear. So that's awesome. Today, out at these festival things that we are doing, I've got water, and I packed this Tupperware that I realized was perfect for 5 burger patties, which is awesome. My son and my husband sat and had a Cuban style sandwich, And I ate my burger patties and I was perfectly happy. It was great. And then, my husband said something about at this next festival we're going to that I'm sitting in the car waiting for. He was like, maybe while we're there, we'll get something to eat. You really haven't had that much to eat. And I thought to myself, and I said, no, I've had 5 burger patties and a ton of water. And I have a couple meat sticks and a carnivore bar if I'm really hungry. But honestly, I'm fine. Like 5 burger patties, that's like probably 1.5 pounds or pretty close to it. And I feel really good. So I'm not the one that has to overeat, sir. I've been giving my husband a lot of crap lately for what he's eating because I guarantee you he's on his way to pre-diabetes and he's not going to listen to me until, I start living better, doing better, and looking better. Then it's going to be one of those like, oh shit moments. And maybe he'll finally come around. We'll see. I don't know. But for now, I'm just doing me and he's doing him, and maybe we'll come together eventually. We'll see. And I wish that I could get him on board sooner rather than later, because my oldest son sees what he eats and always wants it. Wants the fruit, wants the bread, wants the toast in the morning, wants all the things. And it was funny because earlier with that sandwich that they got, there was some lettuce on it. And my husband, we were trying to convince him to eat it because also, as much as I'm like, vegetables, whatever, lettuce has water in it, and I know my son hasn't had enough water in this ridiculous heat today, so I was like, well, eat the lettuce, get some water. But then my husband said, come on, you need to eat your vegetables. And I said under my breath, not really. What kind of parent says, you don't need to eat your vegetables? This one, it's not necessary. If he's taking in enough protein and he is eating well, what's the point of vegetables? A steak has all those nutrients, right? So we'll see. One last thing. I am putting it out there that I'm going to be a carnivore and keto coach as far as health coaching. I don't expect a lot to come of it, but I want people to see that there's somebody out there that can walk with them through the process, because I'm in the process myself. And I know that that's a big part of making change, is accountability. I wish I had an accountability partner. I'm in this totally by myself. And I just wish I had somebody there being like, what'd you eat today? Well, why'd you eat that? Don't eat that, because sometimes I really need it. But for now, I'm in it by myself, and I'm just trying to count on my own consistency, and most days, I guess, my own willpower, even though willpower comes and goes. Trying to count on those things to keep myself in line. Also, doing things like stepping on the scale this morning and seeing that I'm almost 5 pounds down, that really helped. So it's reminding me that, feeling better is a lot better than, my aesthetic goals and not sleeping at night and having all sorts of aches and pains and stuff. I feel so far beyond that already in even just a week and a half that is great. I don't really want to go back. There's things I miss, but the simplicity of carnivore is what I want to coach around. So anyway, that's what I'm up to.